Is it just me? I don't I don't think it's just me, but I want to say that it's definitely a shift going on right now. It could be the Mercury retrograde. I don't know what it is. I believe that's definitely it. I believe it's a lot of things going on in the cosmos. So, like for me, lately I feel like the universe has been like taking me from people that I thought that would be around forever. It's been very difficult. It's been very uneasy, unsettling, exciting, hurtful. It's been very strange, very weird. But on the other side, I feel like it's a lot of things that's happening. Um, it's kind of like a parallel type of situation where you can't see what's going on. Like on one side, it seems one way, but on the other side, it's blessings and things that you can't see. And that's why I feel like Spirit is telling me to, continue to just be the loving person that I am no matter what. Because when things are supposed to be revealed, they're going to be revealed in your best interest. And it's not always smart to try to hold on to what you know is toxic to you, whether people try to make you out to be the problem because you're problem solving what's going on, because you see the problem and where it's coming from. Continue to follow your gut if you don't do nothing else. This is coming from Sunkee Angel, the trans alien. And let me say, because of the things I've gone through, getting to the point that I am today as a black, beautiful trans woman, as you guys can see, yes, I am. I want to say that I'm coming to terms with the fact that the trans alien is actually a trans woman who is non-binary. Yes, I am. And I believe I struggled with the idea and the concept of being open about that because, there's all this pressure that was coming at me and people trying to say I'm not trans and all this type of stuff when they don't know a motherfucking thing about me. They don't know, and even if it don't matter. At the end of the day, I am who I say I am. I don't owe anyone any explanations or anything about my gender identity. But I think this is more so about me as Sunkee Angel owning all of me in its entirety and not giving a fuck about what anybody got to say about me and my identity. I think, like I said, when you come into yourself as a trans individual, early on, you start to hear signals from people that try to tell you got to be a certain way. And I think at times I have internalized that. But I honestly, y'all know I've always been me. Y'all know with my mohawks, y'all know I'm me. I like I told you, I sing in some of my masculine tones. I talk in some of my masculine tones. I ain't trying to be nobody else but myself. You know what I mean? I'm me. I'm the trans alien, and the trans alien has represented, and the definition of what trans alien stands for is me being able to operate in many multi-dimensional aspects of my being, and that is who I really am. I'm not here to be performative for nobody. I want to continue to live my life as authentic as possible and be able to be loved and my freeness of who I am on a soul level. I don't think everybody's supposed to come here to be a trans woman that's supposed to be ultra feminine. Some can be. If you a femme queen, that's great, but everybody ain't. To me, I feel like I'm a femme queen in my own way. I feel like my femme queen is celestial. I feel like my femme queen is extraterrestrial, alien. Who I am goes beyond the gender spectrum. That's why I said in my intro, when you see me coming out on that stage, when I'm being introduced, who I am goes beyond the gender spectrum, and that does not invalidate me from being a trans woman. I'm me. What you see is what the fuck you get. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that where I'm at in this journey, I know a lot of shifts are happening. I think honestly it's bringing me closer to the truth and who I am. At this point in my life, I'm not tolerating nothing that is not productive to my well-being. I don't care what they got, who they claim they know, who they are, how long I've known you. If you are taking away from my evolution, my peace, my coins, my everything that I have worked for as an individual, I'm out. And I'm not going to be gaslit for it. I'm not going to talk to you as if everything is okay when you clearly know everything is not okay because you're coming from a dishonest space. The problem I have seen with a lot of people, they want to be in proximity to people like me when they already know that trans people go through so much already as it is. No matter what tier you're on as a trans woman, no matter where you are in the world, there are people who want to be close to us and they see the struggles that we have gone through. They've seen the struggles that I've gone through, and then will sit up there and claim they love you and all this type of stuff at the same time while taking advantage of you, while trying to make you feel like something is wrong with you, like you're overthinking all the time when you see something is not right. So the message that I have with a lot of specifically trans individuals out there, specifically black trans women and non-binary individuals, follow your gut. Everybody ain't always for you, and it's gonna show. And I think what I'm saying is we're in a time right now where it's showing, and you have to be careful about trying to stick in these places because it's so familiar. If you know it ain't right, get the fuck from around them. Because at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself stressed, depressed, and stress will wear on your body and it will show. As far as the physicality, like you can have symptoms from being around the wrong person. Being around the wrong person can actually make you sick. Yes, they can. I've gone through it wondering why the fuck I feel so ill after being around some people. Like, trust me, just because you stressing your mind, don't think that just because it's not just always your mind. It can wear on you on a cellular level. So make sure that the people around you are really pouring into you and not just pouring into you because they feel like they're going to get something back in the end, or they feel like, them being attached to you is going to help their brand, or it's going to help what they got going on. But it behind the scenes making you feel some type of way, saying things to you to disrupt your spirit constantly. Years are passing by and you're hearing certain things that just don't sit right or feel right in your heart. And it's because you love them, it's because you've known them for a long time. Sometimes the people you start out with will be the ones who are very, very uncomfortable about your growth and where you headed. And you got to be able to navigate the signs and the synchronicities and the things that's happening, that's showing you, the spirit is trying to show you. Stop ignoring your intuition. Stop it. Learn, educate yourself. The things that you don't know, learn and educate yourself. That way you can get rid of the middleman and the people that's trying to be the middle, play that middle, because sometimes it's a jail cell, and sometimes people want to call around your neck, and it's a lot of things like that where I think we're in a time right now. I don't know if it's the retrograde or what, maybe so, but I think we're in a time where a lot of things are being pulled away from us. A lot of people are being seen for who they are, no matter how they try to hide. The universe is going to find a way to let you know, no, you need to cut ties, and you need to learn how to be a little bit more independent in who you are, where you're going, and own the fullness of who you are, because that's when you're able to show up in your true authenticity. When you can be who you want to be, even if you're holding people accountable who need to be held accountable. And the right ones, they not going to talk behind your back and have separate conversations because they feel like something you saying is the way you said it or whatever. Sometimes you have a right to get in their ass. Sometimes you have a right to stand up for yourself. A lot of times you have a right to speak up, because half the time the shit they doing behind the scenes, they be thinking you ain't gonna find out no way. And then when you find out, they gag because they felt like you was stupid. A lot of people come into your life. Most people have motives. I don't know nobody most people, when time they come to your life, for the most part, they got motives. And you just need to understand what that motive is, because sometimes the motives are good. All motives are not always bad, but we all have motives for what it is that we out here trying to do. And a lot of times when it comes to trans people and non-binary people and things of that nature, a lot of times we're taken advantage of, or they want to try to take advantage of us because they think we don't have access to certain things to keep us informed and things of that nature. So I know somebody out there feel me. I have been in a very, very uncomfortable place lately in my life because I know, like I said, I'm having to let go of certain people that I thought I was going to be with for the longest. And as time go on, y'all might figure it out, but I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I ain't trying to give it too much more attention, because I've given it enough. But just know whatever is on the other side of where I'm at, I'm willing to let go of where I was, because I feel like a lot of it was distraction. A lot of it was holding me back from my truest potential any fucking way. Yeah, so I'm just having a lot of realizations, and I think that is very imperative for me to let you guys know where I am. And I want y'all to know too, to just keep y'all heads up out there. Trouble don't last always. What seems like a loss is sometimes actually a huge blessing. So don't get it twisted. Just because some things feel as though it's falling apart, that don't mean it's always falling apart. Actually, it's coming together in ways that you can't see on the other side of the parallel of where you are, okay? So, I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm out. I love y'all. Stay tuned. We have a lot of great things in store. Trust me, shit is about to get very interesting. I also want to say that, too, y'all know Trans Alien Studios. If you don't know, y'all know I'm the Trans Alien, but Trans Alien Studios is my production company. But I am about to finally get into, I'm about to write my first movie. And I'm really fucking excited about that. And I'm now currently working with someone or underneath someone, in a sense, learning things about the back end of film writing and things like that. Y'all know I produce, direct, and I've been doing a lot of, I do a lot of, editing and all types of stuff with Transwoman Studios. With all the music videos y'all see, I'm editing and doing all of that myself. But there are certain things I'm still learning and trying to learn. But yes, I'm working on my first movie. I'm not going to tell y'all the name yet. And I'm not going to talk down on Tubi, because we know Tubi, honestly, some of the most low-budget films have been shot on there, but they could be really good movies, right? I've always been the type to be, listen, use what you got. Y'all know I started out with a ranky-dank camcorder from my auntie in Montgomery, Alabama, and that actually, took me a lot of places, okay? So, it's not always about what you got, but my point is, Tubi is not my aim. I'm literally aiming for the theaters. I'm aiming for a film to get into theaters, and then from the theaters, I want to aim for that to go to Netflix, Hulu, like all the rest of the movie centers, Get Out, and all of that. That's where I see the lane that I can touch and that I'm tapping. It's already inside of me, and it's been there. And I think I haven't really been focusing on the other aspects of who I am, just, and the wholeness, again, of who I am. The fluidity in who I am as a soul and as an individual. You know what I mean? I ain't even just talking about the non-binary part of the trans alien part of just the trans identity. I'm saying the parts of me that I haven't fully tapped into, that I know Spirit has put me on this earth to also tap into, because it's not just music. Y'all know it's entertainment as a whole. We ain't even talking about Auntie Jackie. That's a whole nother thing, y'all. That's a whole nother thing. Auntie Jackie, that's a whole nother thing that I'm, that's gonna be tapped into as well. Y'all know I put her to the side for a second, but she will be back, okay? She's coming back. But I know y'all been waiting to see Auntie Jackie behind her. When she come back, she's gonna be stupid, even more hilarious. But I'm focused on so many other things right now. My movie is that's where I'm about to put a lot of my focus. But don't forget, I'm also gonna be releasing Upfront, all genres, the album. I'm gonna be releasing that soon. I'm trying to get some paperwork and some other stuff done, completed, and out the way. Once I get that out the way, I can focus on other things that I should have been focused on a long time ago, because I have stories to tell, and I'm advocating in my own way, and it's going to be through entertainment, through song, through me using my voice in my own way, right? To touch the masses, because I know what's inside of me is really great. So I hope you guys are excited about the fact that I am shooting for higher grounds as it pertains to the things that are in my head that I feel like people need to see. Me calling out certain situations that needs to be discussed, but through film and through, through the television, through TV, through that messaging portal that people watch. They can actually listen to me, and hear my side, our side. You understand? So that's all I want to say. I'm going to get off. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for just supporting me throughout the things that I go through, because like I said, there are some battles that I have been fighting that people have not seen behind the scenes, dealing with people. And I have held my head up through some of the most excruciating times due to the darkness that I feel like things that were being said to me put me in. And a lot of people really don't understand, because they just so robotic and just want you to continue to show up as long as it's going to make them look good, not considering the fact that things can affect you a certain way. You understand? So that's all I want to say on that. Stay tuned for this album. I'm not talking about putting this movie out on, I'm not talking about shooting a movie right now in its entirety. We're only going to probably shoot the short film once we're done, and then we're going to pitch it. And I'll just leave it at that. So just stay tuned, y'all. Yes. And just know, honey, baby, just know the ideas that I have, they out of here, honey. They somewhere else. I'm literally, when I be watching all the shit that's be going on, I'm really somewhere else. You know what I mean? My mind is somewhere else. I ain't here to look down on nobody. I know people look down on me, but I'm not here to look down on nobody. I want everybody to win, because like I said, it's enough motherfucking room for everybody to do so. But just know I'm building something very powerful over here that people need to see and they need to hear. So that's all I gotta say, y'all. All right? I'm out.
Trans Alien. I'm a motherfucking alien. Trans Alien Studios.